Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. We are back for another United Daily Live, the place where you come for your latest Manchester United news, headlines, transfer rumours and all that good stuff. Still only one confirmed Manchester United in terms of Donny van der Beek coming in for £36 million in this transfer window. We've seen a few outs as well. Obviously, a couple of loan deals for the likes of Dylan Levitt and Tahith Chong. And we've also seen Alexis Sanchez seal a deal to Inter Milan following a loan move there last year. We've got Chris Smalling, who's hoping to do the same with AS Roma. And obviously, Manchester United are still hoping to bring a few more signings in. We'll be getting all the updates on those signings today here on AdamMcKola TV on United Daily Live, and of course we will be talking about Jadon Sancho. We'll be getting some quotes from Fred following an interview he did with 442. Obviously been a lot of rumours about his future at the club. He's been linked with a move to Turkey as well on a number of occasions, and it's believed that Fred wants to stay at Manchester United as well. So it looks like he'll be a Manchester United player and still Fred the Red next season. And we've also got loads of other things to discuss as well. Shaw being fit for the start of the season, which is great news for Manchester United. The start of the season is 9 days away. 9 days away from the start of the season for Manchester United. 2 days away from the start of the Premier League campaign as well. And we'll have a regular Premier League weekly show which will come out on Friday. We're also going to have Mac of the Day, which is like a match of the day watch along, which we'll do every weekend as well. Obviously, if United play on a Saturday, then and I'm at the game and I'm getting back late and all that, then we'll do it on match of the day too, and vice versa. But there'll always be one on a weekend, Mac of the Day, reacting to all the Premier League news and the latest stuff as well. So those are new shows which are going to be starting soon. So make sure you're keeping it locked for all that stuff. Subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, joining as well if you can. And as always on United Daily Live, we start off with an on this day. It's the 10th of September today, and we look at an on this day from 1998. So on Thursday the 10th of September 1998, 22 years ago, MUTV is broadcast for the first time. It is a dedicated television channel operated by Manchester United. Subscribers can see full matches including Premier League games with delayed screening, live reserves and academy encounters, classic matches and interviews with players and staff. So 22 years ago today, MUTV was launched, and obviously it's a great channel to get in-depth like documentaries and things like that in terms of fan reaction and reaction to what's happening on the pitch, and to get that in-depth raw feeling about Manchester United. It's better to come to places like this, like Stretford Paddock and anywhere else on the internet, because obviously you get raw fan feeling. It's not as in line with the corporate image and the corporate message that Manchester United want to deliver. But obviously it's provided a great channel in terms of insight into Carrington and things like that, and also pre-season friendlies. That's the only time I'll get it. If I'm not on a pre-season tour, I'll get MUTV for the pre-season friendlies and things like that. So yeah, MUTV was born 22 years ago on this day. But we're not here to talk about MUTV. We are here to talk about the latest Manchester United news. And actually, talking about Manchester United news and MUTV, United's game, they've got a game on the weekend against Aston Villa, which is a friendly. Now that game is going to be shown on MUTV. Now I don't think it's going to be shown on MUTV live, but it's going to come out after the game. So this is this article from Manchester United. United kick off our Premier League campaign a week later than most teams, but the Reds are in pre-season action this Saturday, and you can watch the Aston Villa friendly in full, as well as the under-18s opener against Liverpool, by subscribing to MUTV. So the game is on the weekend, and you can watch it in full at 10 o'clock BST this Saturday. So the game's on Saturday. Kickoff isn't at 10 o'clock. Kickoff is earlier in the day, but they're not going to be showing it live. They're going to be showing you the full highlights of that one. So make sure you're checking that out. And obviously United's game here. We're not going to have a watch along for it because it's not on live, and it's pointless doing a watch along for highlights of a game after most of us know the score and all those kind of things. So we're probably not going to be doing that. But we'll probably have Mac of the Day on that night at 10:30 when Match of the Day is on. So I suppose we'll be on anyway. But yeah, guys, we're here to talk about Fred. Let's get these quotes in about Fred now. And Fred has been speaking about his future to 4-4-2. And he said, I want to stay here. It's my desire. I don't want to leave. Like I've always said, I want to be an important player and win trophies for this club. We can't say it was a good season because we didn't win a trophy. For a club like Manchester United, a season without a title is not a good season. The schedule is busy and we need a strong team to fight for every title. When you play for a big club, there will always be competition. I'm used to it. It's like that since day one at Manchester United. Speaking about Van der Beek, he said it means we're getting stronger and it's good for everyone at Manchester United. We need more players this season because the season will be even more demanding. And then back onto Manchester United as a whole. He said, we managed to reach 3 semi-finals but lost them all. We were close to our goals. I was really convinced that we're going to win something, but it didn't happen. At least we managed to play good football at some points during the season and qualify for Champions League, which was very important because this club has to be there. It was crucial to regain our place, but it is not enough. We want to fight for this title. And that's the message from Fred. He wants to fight for a spot at Manchester United. He wants to stay at the club. He isn't going anywhere. He was linked with a move before Van der Beek arrived, and he continued to be linked with a move away from Manchester United after. We initially did hear that Fred didn't want to move from Manchester United and his agent and rubbished the report. But now we hear him come out and categorically stay. He's staying at Manchester United. He doesn't want to leave the club and he wants to help the club fight for trophies. And Fred is going to be an important player for Manchester United. We know that. Obviously, Donny van der Beek coming in means that he's probably going to get a little bit less game time. But he's one of those that can play a little bit deeper. Rotating with Matic, maybe him and McTominay will be rotating with Matic. You've got Pogba, Van der Beek, Bruno in those other two positions, maybe rotating as well. And you'll see United's midfield is probably our strongest position, and that's because we've got the likes of Fred and McTominay, who are probably, fourth or fifth choice. Give each one whatever you want to give in terms of. I personally think Fred would be ahead of Scott McTominay in my pecking order, but fourth or fifth choice midfielders are Fred and Scott McTominay. That means your midfield is pretty strong, to be fair to you. And they could even be fifth and sixth if you put Matic. Because we got Bruno, Pogba, Van der Beek, Matic. So yeah, Fred and McTominay, fifth and sixth choice midfielders, or fifth and sixth in the pecking order. Or in terms of importance, because Matic is massively important because of the role that he plays. Obviously, he's not going to be able to play as regularly as we would like. Donny van der Beek's better than McTominay, better than Fred. We know that, and I know he's just come in and he's still got to prove it, but you'd put him ahead of those guys. Bruno, Pogba, they're our two best players. And Nemanja Matic is vitally important to the team because of the role that he plays and how we haven't got anybody else that can play the role like he does. Now, Fred and McTominay, fifth and sixth choice, it is not bad at all. It shows you that you've got a lot of strength in your midfield area. I can't see Fred leaving Manchester United at this moment in time. Obviously, he's going to continue to be linked with a move away from the club, and he's going to continue to be linked with moves to other teams because teams are going to think we can get him in. He's not going to be happy at United being fifth or sixth choice. But he's coming out and saying, actually, I'm ready to fight for my spot. I'm ready to stay at Manchester United, stay at this team and help them fight for trophies. And that's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will want to hear. We've heard it from Dean Henderson saying David De Gea can't rest on his laurels. He can't rest on his laurels because we're going to be looking to take his spot in terms of Dean Henderson. Then you've got the likes of Van der Beek coming in, pushing Bruno, pushing Pogba, pushing the other midfielders and hoping to get into their spots as well. And if you've got the likes of Fred saying the same thing, you're going to have a lot of competition for places in your team. You bring in Jadon Sancho in, hopefully, and we'll speak about Jadon Sancho in a bit and the updates that we've got on him today. But if you were to bring Jadon Sancho into the team, then you're thinking, look at that. Greenwood, Sancho, Rashford, Marshall, all fighting for those spots up top. It's proper healthy competition for places. I'm happy with the quotes coming out from Fred. If he left, I couldn't have blamed him, to be totally honest with you. He's better than probably being fifth or sixth choice for any team. But, we need depth, and we need to keep the likes of him, because 1 or 2 injuries, and we're down to the bare bones. And we're sending Dylan Levitt out on loan. James Garner's going to be probably seeing a loan move to a championship team soon. And when you're doing that, you know, when you're getting those loan deals in for those players, you then can't afford to have all your first teamers down to injury, and you're selling 1 or 2 of your backup midfielders, because that's a recipe for disaster. So I'm delighted with what Fred's coming out and saying, most definitely. Get a few of your thoughts in on Fred before we move on to the next story as well on AdamMcKola TV, as I just absolutely kick my camera. There we go, back to normal now. But yeah, get your thoughts in on Fred. Oops, let us know what you're thinking about everything that we're discussing today as well. As I have a little bit of a nightmare here, but you can thankfully still see me and still hear me now. I Am King says we need funds, sell Fred. I think we'll be selling a few other players before we'll sell Fred, to be totally honest with you. We do not need cash, and if we do, that's a serious problem, says it's October. Salford City take Jones, says David, after conceding 6 goals yesterday. They probably need strengthened in that defence, but I'm not sure they can afford Philip Jones at all. Press the like button, guys, says Ray Morale. Yes, do what Ray says and press that like button right now. Saoirse says, hey man, we can't sell Fred, maybe Lings, Jones and Smalling. Yeah, Smalling, Jones, Rojo, Pereira, even Mata. Those are going to be the kind of players that are destined for the exit ahead of Fred, I think. Maybe even Delo as well. Going to be destined for an exit ahead of Fred, in my opinion. And you look at the start of the season as well. Sorry, the back end of last season, when we had the Europa League, it was Fred getting selected ahead of Matic in the semi-final and that. So, you know, maybe Ollie has pushed Fred up that pecking order and we just don't know it. Yeah, maybe, just maybe. Let's have a look at these Jadon Sancho updates. As we were saying, let's take a look at them right now. We've also got another update on Alex Telles as well, which I'll get you shortly. But we're going to have a look at these Jadon Sancho updates. They come from the Norwegian press again, Dagbladet, from Fredrik Filtvat, who's believed to be quite close to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And he has reported that Solskjaer is frustrated by MUFC's lack of action so far in the transfer window. However, United are confident that a deal for Sancho is possible. Solskjaer is said to have had several conversations with Jadon Sancho, and the player has told Solskjaer he wants to play for Manchester United. Now, you'll see a regular theme in the players that are signing for United. They're showing a willingness to join to the club, and it's not all about money. We've seen with Paulo Dybala, we called the race off for him last year. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is signing players that he knows want to join the club for the right reason. He's not signing players that just want to come in for the paycheck, just want to come in for the big, you know, signing on fee. They're not signing any players like that. They're signing players for the right reasons. And despite reports in the German press today that Jadon Sancho does not want to join Manchester United, which I thought was a pretty funny story, everywhere else that is pretty reliable tells you Jadon Sancho and his team have agreed terms with Manchester United. We heard that months ago. They might not really want to agitate for a move, but the more closer to that deadline we get, they may have to do that. And, you know, there would be a willingness there if United make that bid for them to agitate for the move. But at this moment in time, they're not really interested in doing that. But there's a desire there to play for Manchester United from Jadon Sancho. There's a willingness to accept the deal. And they went further to say as well that Manchester United hope to sign Jadon Sancho so he is available for the Premier League opener against Crystal Palace on September the 19th. So these are the latest reports on Jadon Sancho joining Manchester United. That Solskjaer is frustrated with the progress that United have made, but United are more confident that the deal will be happening. They hope to have the player in before that game against Crystal Palace on September the 19th, which gives them about 8 days now to do that. And maybe this is the calm before the storm. You know, the last few weeks have been pretty slow on updates until yesterday when the British press went a little bit wild for Jadon Sancho news. So maybe this is the calm before the storm, before Jadon Sancho is confirmed as being a Manchester United player. But we have heard over the last couple of days that United have made a breakthrough in those negotiations, and we are hearing now from Norway and from those close to Solskjaer that Solskjaer is confident that the deal will get done, and having spoken to the players and expressed the desire to join Manchester United to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So great news on that front, but it's still very, very slow and nothing concrete coming out yet beyond what we heard yesterday and what we heard from Fabrizio Romano 2 months ago. So let's wait and see if anything else further develops on this Jadon Sancho stuff. And of course, if it does, we will be back here on AdamMcKola TV doing another live video updating you guys on all things Manchester United and the latest news as well. Talking about that opening game of the season, there's a report today that Manchester United are hoping to have Luke Shaw fit for the start of the season. We've seen Luke Shaw undergoing recovery work and training really hard during the pre-season break to get fit for the start of the campaign. Obviously, he picked up an injury towards the end of last season. It was a big miss for Manchester United as well, not going to lie. Even though I thought at times during the campaign he wasn't great, it was a big miss for Manchester United when he went down injured. And we're hoping to have him available and fit for the start of the season, which is great news for Manchester United. Smalling to Roma is edging closer as well. The player has missed training over the last couple of days in order to speed that move up to Roma. Manchester United hoping to get close to that £20 million transfer fee that they put on Chris Smalling's head, but Smalling to Roma is edging closer. The player is pushing for that move as well. He's informed Manchester United that he wants to join AS Roma. He doesn't really want to join anybody else, and it looks like that move will happen. It's just a matter of time, and obviously similar to the Jadon Sancho one, the player wants to move. It's just about getting that fee sorted. As of yet, Roma have been unable to get the fee done. So fingers crossed they'll pull the fingers out of their asses and get that deal done in some time soon, because Manchester United need to get some players off our books, don't we? Like I mentioned before, Marcus Rojo. There's been a few reports. There was one by Laurie Whitwell in The Athletic that Marcus Rojo may be considered an option by Manchester United because of the fact that he plays left centre-back. And we heard Ole Gunnar Solskjaer talking about AdamMcKola yesterday, saying, well, Ajax made De Ligt captain at 18. AdamMcKola is showing all the qualities to be able to be someone like that. And he's speaking AdamMcKola up. So maybe Manchester United, if this Reguilon stuff's true, maybe we're going for Reguilon, get Sancho. That'll be the end of our business. We keep Marcus Rojo just in case shit happens, and we have AdamMcKola as that fifth choice centre half behind Maguire, Lindelof, Bailly, Twanzebe, AdamMcKola, Marcus Rojo. We know, Ollie's used Luke Shaw in a left centre back position. We know Aaron Wan-Bissaka might be able to play a right centre back position. So maybe United would be willing to go into the season with those as the centre halves available, and look to spend the money on Sergio Reguilon, because that gives us more fullback options, and invest in obviously Jadon Sancho. Maybe we won't go after that centre half. Maybe we were linked with Dale Upamecano. We were interested in him, and we're going to wait till next year, because things can move as things change in the transfer market. Things can move, and United can reconsider. All right, let's forget the centre back for now. Let's focus on getting Sancho done. Get the left back. If something comes up, then we'll do it. If not, let's wait. Let's keep Rojo. Let's push AdamMcKola through. United could maybe be thinking like that, or maybe I'm just, making stuff up. Who knows? But that's just my thoughts on that situation. Anyway, with the rumours that are circulating at the moment, Alex Telles has been linked with United and continues to be linked with United. And I've got a story here from Sport Witness. It says Manchester United haven't given up on signing the defender, although they're yet to meet the asking price for Alex Telles. Portuguese newspaper A Bola sounds pretty positive about United's chase for Porto left-back Alex Telles today. They bring a story saying the player is close to leaving the Dragons, as his departure from the club this summer is inevitable. Manchester United are highlighted as being the main competitors for him since the Red Devils haven't given up on the signing. He's claimed that other clubs such as Wolves and Sevilla have also been interested in Alex Telles, but it's Solskjaer's side who have an advantage in the race. However, Bola also make it clear that United are still to reach the price demanded by Porto, as Porto want at least 30 million euros with the sale. Alex Telles is protected by a clause of 40 million euros, a release clause. However, his contract expires next year, and since he's not accepting a renewal with Porto, they won't risk losing him on a free. This feels like the story being kicked down the road a little further without a great deal of information. United have also been linked with Sergio Reguilon, although there's nothing in the Spanish media on that today. So is Alex Telles a genuine alternative to Sergio Reguilon? Is he a genuine target for Manchester United? He obviously has a lot of goals, a lot of assists, is highly rated, contract coming to an end at the end of next season. And, you know, maybe Porto want to cash in on him now. But is he a realistic option for Manchester United? Are United targeting Alex Telles? Are we targeting Reguilon? Or are we after none of them? Are we being used to get deals done by other clubs for these players? Who knows? There does seem to be a little bit more in the Sergio Reguilon stuff than the Alex Telles stuff. But you never know. Let's wait and see. Achin Johri, who comes in with the super chat, says Telles has experience and is a better attacking threat. Fair enough. JS says Fred was fired for a long time last year. Kante level. Kante was linked with Manchester United as well. Didn't include that in the story because I just don't think it's viable at all. I don't think Chelsea would look to sell Kante to Manchester United. If they were going to sell him anywhere, it'd be to another team in another country. Inter Milan are being linked with a move for him as they're signing everyone that leaves the Premier League at the moment. But I just can't see that one coming into anything. And Kante ending up at Manchester United, it just doesn't seem likely at all. And I just can't see that one happening myself. Let's see if there's anything else going on in the world of Man United today. We released the Weekly United as well earlier on today. If you haven't already seen it, go and check that out. Let us know what you're thinking about that in the comments. Let's see what news is out there about Manchester United in the old media today. Fred addresses transfer speculation. Wait, okay. Excitement over Man United midfielder as Blackburn Rovers await a loan decision. Apparently Blackburn Rovers are waiting for a loan decision on James Garner, and they're one of 3 championship clubs, including Huddersfield Town and Millwall, that are interested in signing James Garner. We obviously saw Dylan Levitt signing for League One Charlton Athletic. Has gone to team up with Lee Bowyer, Nicky Butt's former teammate. Obviously Nicky Butt under 18s boss has coached Dylan Levitt and been involved with Manchester United. Maybe he's had a little chat with Lee Bowyer about Dylan Levitt, and Dylan Levitt's opted to go there. Charlton play good football. They're doing well under Lee Bowyer, I guess. Although, did they go down? I think they did go down, I suppose. But it's still in a job anyway. But I mean, they play good football. And I mean, you know, it's a good move for him. Get regular first team football. Hopefully do well. He's just made his international debut. So things are going well for the kid. Fingers crossed he does well out on loan at Charlton. But James Garner looking for a move now. Blackburn, Huddersfield and Millwall all being linked with a move for him. So let's wait and see how that one plays out. I'm sure there'll be a few more players going out on loan as well. Ethan Laird picked up an injury, which is disappointing for him. As we hear, like I mentioned earlier, Marcus Rojo could yet have a future at Manchester United. He was linked with Lazio, but nothing serious has developed. And Laurie Whitwell in The Athletic said Rojo becomes a viable option again after his loan spell with the Estudiantes. He holds little interest in going back to Argentina. He's in England, focused on reaching peak fitness for the start of the season and undertaking extra training away from football. Admittedly, not to every fan's taste. Nonetheless, he could provide balance to the backline, given his natural left-footedness opens up certain passing avenues that right footers find harder. We saw this when playing last season. There might also be games that Solskjaer feels suits his maverick, aggressive style. Throwing him against Leeds United could be like petrol on a fire. It could indeed. but just what we were talking about the centre halves a little bit earlier on today. So there you have it, guys. We've got through an awful lot in the last 25 minutes on United Daily Live. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're keeping it locked. You like and comment, share and subscribe, and join if you can as well. We've gone back under 100, but help me hit 100 members again by joining the channel. Hit that like button for us, and get your thoughts in the comments below. We'll be back tomorrow with the Premier League weekend preview, and of course United Daily Live in the evening as well at 10:30 p.m. UK time, unless news elsewhere breaks in regards to Jadon Sancho or anything else. Then we'll be live as soon as that breaks. But thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And for now, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.